Hey everybody, welcome back. It's IXION. I hope you're having a great day today. We are still sitting in the sea of bodies and corpses floating everywhere. Yeah. It ain't a good thing, man. It ain't a good thing. At the end of the last video, we jumped the Theta Crocus. And we've got a industrial zone wreckage over here that we're going to go check out. We're also going to be moving the Tiqqun. Yep, I'm going to do it already. And we're going to go over to the Reactor wreckage. I'm just going to move just so that we can get away from all the bodies. I'm hoping that there's not a lot of bodies near the Reactor wreckage, okay? So I'm going to push it over there. Now, I thought also about maybe going to the collapsed food production district because Reactor wreckage, quote unquote, sounds like the most volatile place to go. But at the same time, it also sounds like maybe it could be the most interesting place to go. And we might need our power to help us out there. So we're going to travel. You can see we're leaving that wreckage behind and hopefully getting ourselves away from the bodies floating everywhere. And maybe, just maybe, we won't have a problem anymore. It doesn't look like. So I have gotten the polymers refinery going. I've got the electronics factory going. And we're only going to be moving for less than 2 cycles. So we have got battery power to take us the whole way there. In the meantime, while we're moving, let's take a look at the industrial zone wreckage. So scans have detected large quantities of steel around what appears to be wreckage of the Etemenanki. I still want to say it correctly. Etemenanki's industrial zone. We have arrived at the ruined industrial zone. The view is intriguing. In addition to the general debris and bodies that float everywhere, oh great, there's still bodies, there are large piles of previously molten metals that have solidified when the area was exposed to the vacuum of space. The zone has been ripped open and much of the interior appears to have been blown away. The structural tear extends into a storage area full of suspended yellow particles. We can explore it, we can investigate the storage area, or we can look for the source of the yellow particles. That sounds like a recipe for disaster. Let's take a look and see if we can parse through some of this stuff. So molten metals, large piles of molten metals. We can investigate the storage areas. Hoping to find refined resources, cryopods, or information. Okay. Industrial zone. If we do this, we might hope in finding cryopods or learning more of the ship's production capabilities. Or we can look for the source of the yellow particles, which I don't know what the yellow particles are. Full of suspended yellow particles. Like, that could be anything. It could be terrible. It could be disgusting. It could be radioactive. It could be harmful. We could die. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on. And maybe the yellow particles killed everyone. I have no idea. I think I'm going to look at the storage area. I don't know about these yellow particles. I'm going to look at the storage area and just get out. We're to see if that does anything. If that's too dangerous, then I'm pretty sure the yellow particles would have been dangerous too, right?
Caution. Entering debris field.
Oh, another debris field. Oh, good. I wonder if things will be radioactive in this debris field. Let's take a look. Okay, good. We're getting in there. Yeah. Oh, good. There's just a lot of... Okay, then. So this was not the place to go. Would probably have been... Oh, and there's more bodies. There's even more. Wow, that sucks. Okay, so that didn't help us at all. What we need instead, then, is some other type of orbital body, like a planet or something. Let's go here. See what this is. Maybe we can get over here with the Tiqqun. So I just want to get out of this floating body mess. Look, even in this view, you can see them. They're just floating over here. Oh man, there's so many. Yete had a lot of the Menanki had a lot of people, didn't it? So we still have it looks like we're doing okay keeping up with the structural repair of the hull. So I think we could be okay, but if we do start to get into trouble with like running into debris and causing damage to the ship and stuff, then that's, obviously going to be a problem. But yep, still taking 25 silicon to make electronics, and unfortunately we are so very close to having legislative strengthening center done, and it's It's just 3 more science. I'm going to pause it, actually, though. And if we can get, instead, this. I would like this instead, if we can do this. Let's put this at the front. And Legislative Strengthening Center will queue it to be done after this with the remaining, whatever, 3 science that there is at that. So we're around this now. And I wish I had another science team. It'd be nice to have another science team. We are going to need more people. We are probably going to get another planet, I would hope anyway, in this system where we can try to put colonists to it. Part of me wants to use this as a place to plant for food. Another part of me says you got enough stuff to plant anyway. You don't need to do that. So I'm a little bit conflicted. I'll just throw that out there. I'm a little bit conflicted. I'm also conflicted because I don't think they're going to remove the iron from this thing, and we're going to end up with another situation where this thing is bugged out of its mind. And I mean, right now we have tons of iron, so we do need to process it if we're going to do something. So let's turn this back on. We'll at least get this steel mill. At least get the steel mill on so we can start processing some of this iron. We're going to try to not mine iron if we can. So let's just kind of avoid the iron. We don't need it. We do it later. We also have Kruk P42. All right, so that's a planet. Now, maybe it's more hazardous than this reactor wreckage. I have no idea, but you know what I'd like to do? Go find out. I'm going to take and move you here. 2.3 cycles. We should be fully charged up and ready to go. We're just going to move the Tiqqun in a place where there's not bodies everywhere, okay? That's all I care about right now. Just get out of here. We can send, everything around someplace else, but I just want to get away from the bodies. All right, probe. Can we find anything meaningful? Carbon is meaningful. I like this. Carbon and ice is pretty meaningful, but I think, yeah, carbon and ice. Let's get some carbon and ice, and make more polymers that way too. Okay. Let's see what else. So I think now that we are moving with electronics, right, we can start looking at maybe getting another system open. Our hull integrity is bad when traveling, and I think if we turn on this airlock, we can now get all of the stuff that we're processing here, all this alloy. We can get that moving over here, which is going to be better for everybody, I think, if we do that. Let's get another stockpile in right here, and we'll make this stockpile hold alloys, just so we have a nice supply right next to the EVA airlock. And then we can go from there. So we should now be able to repair our hull integrity a lot easier there. All right. We are now at least over a planet. There's a lot of yellow around this planet. So maybe this planet is where all that yellow goo came from. It's relatively close to the reactor. So possibly this is what that is. I don't know. We'll see. In fact, we're going to see right now. Industrial zone. Well, this is the industrial zone. This is the reactor. But maybe not. We'll see. Okay. Storage area seems to have been a battleground for a large, violent clash. Workers attempted to repel an invader using small firearms and improvised weaponry. Apart from the cutting laser marks across bodies and containers, there's no evidence that identifies the invader. The large majority of the storage area seems to have been emptied, but after some searching, the Newton's team located a number of intact cryopods and resource containers. Everything has been prepared for extraction. That's decent. A lot of cryopods, so we can have a lot of people. We can actually search more, can we? You know what? Let's search. I'm really gonna regret going for those yellow particles, I think. Let's search the industrial zone. We'll do that next. Okay. Now, obviously, we've got resources here, and so our crew is going to be going over there because electronics should really be a high priority for everyone once we see them. That should be like, go get this right away sort of thing. And then there's also a couple that are designated to cryopods being the primary focus as well. Pretty much everything has as a primary focus for somebody. Yeah, so we're going to let that happen. And then we're really close to the carbon here now, too. I want to get another science team up, and I just don't have the room because I really think we should be farming here. So, although, how many workers? 4 in here plus 4 in each field. I mean, I have a lot more room for more people, though. I do. These are all empty. All of these houses are completely empty. And I have room. Oh, yeah, I've got lots of people. I'm not opening cryopods right now, so I've got lots of people. So I think, yeah, let's go ahead and try to override the locks here. We'll put, it looks like 80 people? No, 40. 80 alloys. We'll put 40 people over there on this. We'll open this up. We'll get this going. And we'll get an additional science team to move there. The Oxford is still not built. And I think temporarily what I'm going to do is switch this to polymers. And that way we can have polymers delivered here really quickly, because I should have gotten this to be minimum 10. Yeah, so we should get polymers delivered here, provided they're available. 35. Ah, I see. Yeah, they're not available yet. Okay, let's make this a 0. It can get redistributed, hopefully. And I want to get that science ship done. It's still not done yet. There's 300 carbon here. Wow, 300 carbon. Obviously needs to be moved somewhere else, doesn't it? Let's turn you into carbon temporarily. Now we can offload it here, and then immediately send it over to the other sector where it can be processed into alloys. It should be over here the whole time. And so we'll say that we want lots of carbon. Sector 2, yeah, max out. We want lots of carbon over here. Okay. So temporarily that has to happen. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to add any additional storage here without getting in the way of fields, potentially. Unless I can somehow combine... No. I'd have to remove... Things that I'd have to remove are too expensive, I think, for me. I don't want to do that. We turn this one on, just so we have a place to put the excess waste. But this carbon is, our polymers and stuff are going to get transferred out, and there's 21 in there too, so we got some we can use. We're gonna send them where we need to go. Let's see, industrial zone wreckage. The industrial zone itself is devastated. Both factory machinery and crew were covered by flying molten metal as depressurization occurred. As the metal solidified, grisly monuments were created. Sometimes all that remains of a body is a cracked metal shell. Cryopods found in this area have either been covered by steel or compromised. Our team was able to gather some information about the ETE's production methods. 22 science is decent. That should help us a little bit. Let's search for the source of the yellow particles and hope that our science team doesn't die. I'm worried about that. Don't want my science team to die. I need another science team, damn it. Hopefully they get that built. And then right over here, there's something. Right over... I saw something. I see silicon as well, which I'd like to get that too. But there is another point of interest over here somewhere. I just can't quite get it to behave. Let's get that, because there's carbon there. And then we know there's something over here, and obviously there's got to be something. Oh, look at this. Oh yeah, into this whole place, of course. Yeah, depressurized R&D district. Yep, metal district, wreckage. Oh yeah, there's so much stuff over here. So we've like everything. We're gonna be in this system for a while because we have got to uncover the truth. I say, I think we can handle it. Can you? Do you think we can handle the truth? Lots and lots of polymers being made. I gotta slowly get to that other. I slowly need to get to the other. God, I can't speak today. It's crazy. This is happening all the time. I need to get some sleep. I'm finally able to get sleep though. My wife and child, my newborn baby. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but I just had a newborn recently, and they just left. They flew to Vietnam. The second half of my family lives there. You know, her side of the family lives there. And they flew there with the baby, right? And her parents. They all flew together. And that means, for a month anyway, I have uninterrupted sleep starting tonight. Oh boy, I bet future videos will be much more coherent. Uninterrupted sleep is wonderful. The Oxford. Let's send the Oxford to... Actually, you know what? Let's just send the Oxford here and see what's up about where we are right now. P-42 is eligible for colonization testing. Oh, good. Data collection will help shape future Dolus initiatives. Landed on P42. The planet is bathed in a toxic yellow haze. There it is. Which severely reduces visibility. First measurements have recorded trace amounts of oxygen in the planet's atmosphere. We've also noted the presence of a few species of bacteria on the shores of Mata, one of P42's cyanide oceans. You think this is a candidate for colonization testing? You are crazy. We have 60 colonists in Sector 2. If we can somehow get 30 more, we can go and do the full established Neocon colony infrastructure, which is going to give me a lot of science, honestly. So let's do that. And we will send... It's got to be from Sector 2 so that we can get the colonists there, too. So I think we go like this. The problem with this, though, is I need to get more colonists in Sector 2. And my colonization training center is here, you know? And that's no good. So I think we'll say train automatically, but there needs to be... where is it? One electronics needs to be in here. And then I think also we don't have electronics in here. So let's get Sector 3. Get one electronics to be in here, if possible. Maybe this will start soon. I don't know. No training in progress. It doesn't let me click the button, so I'm gonna set train automatically, and we'll see what happens. But there should be some non-workers. Yeah, there's 140 non-workers here. My issue, though, is how to move colonists from Sector 3 to 2 when we're done. Is there a way to do that here? Is there only colonists? Okay, there is. There is a colonist button there. In that case, we probably would have been easier to send resources to Sector 3. No, sorry. It would have probably been easier because alloys and food is all right here. It probably would have been easier just to send these guys over here and have the ship leave from 3. But we'll get 60 down there and then we'll see what we can do from there.
Probe has completed its scan.
All right, probe completed the scan. What's over there? We got a... Oh yeah, that's what this is. Good. Industrial zone wreckage. Go. The team followed the trail of yellow particles through the vacuum to another section of the Ete's wreckage. It appears to have been at least partially spared from the destruction we have seen elsewhere. Particles come from the crushed and damaged flowers of yellow squash. Really? A bed of these frozen plants surrounds a large bronze sculpture, a depiction of Earth, crowned with laurels. Many messages have been left near the sculpture, railing against the perceived enemies of humanity, Dolos, and the Ashtongites. A plaque at its base reads, "Against the cynicism that kills hope, against the madness which precipitates hell, to perpetuate the genius of humanity and the memory of our life on Earth." There is a compartment beneath the plaque in which a sealed time capsule was found. It seems possible it could be opened. Well, we're obviously going to open it. Unless, of course, we open this and it explodes. But why would anyone put an explosive in a time capsule? I'm going to open it because I want to know what happened. So we're going to do this. Why would anyone want to do that? I don't know. We're going to make sure we avoid this. I don't really need to gather any more iron. We're really good on alloys. In fact, it's like taking up a huge amount of storage space inside the Tiqqun. So I think we're fine. We have a huge surplus on hull repair here. So we can really survive quite well too. All right, so this science team is going to stick around here. Probably could have waited, but the
team has completed a task.
the Newton's done, so that's good. Let's do it. All right. Inside the capsule were toys and other everyday items. Several objects were of unknown purpose. There was a packet of newspaper clippings that revealed some of what happened after the Tiqqun first entered self-similar space. There was a total collapse of Earth's ecosystems, accelerated by the moon's destruction. In response, the United Nations installed a totalitarian government of planetary surveillance to protect the population from eco-terrorists and the continuous waves of pandemics. They prioritized corporate practices that supported the environment and its preservation. Individual responsibility seems to have become paramount. Numerous legal ramifications were implemented to counter any further acceleration of ecosystem destruction. In this time of crisis, and guided by the government, society seems to have turned on politicians, extremists, immigrants, and conspiracy theorists. One after the other, they portrayed them as possible scapegoats, holding them responsible for 250 years of industrialization, market disruption, superficial societal practice, moral decay, and hyperconsumerism. The Atemenanki was to be the Great Ark, the global project that would save humanity. Only those deemed well-behaved, quote-unquote, in the eyes of the government would be allowed to board. The Ashtongites, fanatics of mysticism, and proponents of genetic manipulation were left behind on Earth with the deviants and dissidents. We have 50 science. This is, wow, what a story. I knew it was going to be good when they made the text really small. It's like, you got to have more room to fit this in there, huh? Okay. Ready for extraction, 50. Science, we get self-cleaning lubricants upgrade available for the waste treatment center. That seems like something I want to do right now. We need lubricants for our waste treatment center. What does that give me? That gives me power cost reduced by 5. Okay. Not as good as I thought it was, but okay. Fine. So we definitely want to get this one. I don't know about these two. I'm not sure why I would want to recycle polymers and electronics. I don't know about that one, but this one definitely. Yeah, so we have lots of science. This is just going to get done now. Our solar panels will get upgraded. Then the legislative strengthening center will get upgraded right after that. We'll go back to solar panels and we can do this again. Destruction chance during dangerous weather conditions reduced by 50%. I think just making our solar panels super resilient seems like a good idea. But is there a better idea? The mess halls, the engine. I think this. The Tiqqun moves 20% faster. It means we can get where we need to go in less cycles, which means I need less batteries while we travel. We also have the gateway, which electronics costs required to open new sectors reduced by 30%. I should have done this. Nah, I should have done this. Okay. Well, maybe we just won't do the gateway then. I mean, at this point, there's only one more gateway to open, so... cell housing needs to be done, mushroom wall needs to be done, and fire station needs to be done. Everything else is checked, and then we can see what the final research projects are over on the side. The DLS center has a thing here, and policy cooldown is reduced by 5 cycles. Not really that useful to me. I like the... No, never mind. Priority to the workers is not what I wanted. Upgraded interface. A gauge is displayed indicating progress towards tier 2 of a specialization. Interesting. We need predictive behavior model in order to get this. That's not bad. We could look at that. Docking bay upgrade. What do we got? Storage base can hold 20% more resources. That's not bad either. That's not bad either. And then I think there was another research that I needed that for. More science generation, right? Yeah, we want this. Let's get that on the menu. And then the tech lab. We could go in and get that too. 5 science every 3 cycles. Computing, yeah. We need high-risk experimentation field. That's down here, which requires the family at work tech lab upgrade, which requires the PA assisted management upgrade. So everything, basically. Okay, cool, awesome, great. Well, we'll get that on the menu, and then we'll just see that happening. We are seeing station-wide a -3 balance on food at the moment. I don't know if that's going to remain, but we'll see. We have the Legislative Strengthening Center. Let's go through different sections here. It looks like everybody's basically really happy. +3. Sector 3 is +1. These guys are +1. So we don't really need this. I just needed to I needed to research it anyway, just to get to the the next tier. I will say though that with the expansion of better housing, we could probably reduce housing, add that anyway, and then if we can get additional policies going, that would be cool. Like body recycling, for example. that would be good. Because Sector 1 actually has a lot of people in it. At least it did. It looks like there's 662 people in here, yeah. So there's a lot of people in here. So when people die, burn them in the waste. And then send them over here where they can be processed, hopefully. I'm not seeing that actually being evident right now, though, because I can't get this stupid thing to be emptied. I really wish I could just forsake the resources in here. Just be like, hey, cancel. I don't need these 2 resources. I don't care. Just throw them out the airlock, right? I wish that was a thing, but gosh, you just can't get it. So we'll say more alloy storage. Can we get this brought? Can we get the alloy storage, please? Pretty please. See, this arrow is pointing here, but they don't actually go get it. You know, they're not doing it. If I can make it iron, they probably won't do that either, because there's actually room for that iron here. So this is bugged. I'm gonna just cancel this. It's bugged, and we'll make this ice again. We'll let them build this up again, and we'll need to destroy it on the destroy it at the right time, because it's just not cooperating with me anymore. So, okay, where is my science team? My science team? Oh, right, they're over here. The other science team is over here. They just got all of that stuff, so we can now move them to, let's say, the reactor wreckage. I think we'll move them over there, and then the probe. We have a point of interest right here. I'll take a look and see what that is too. As far as getting my colonists to go someplace, we have 15 new colonists in Sector 3. That's fantastic news. We should get more. We should get more. 15 colonists in training is what it says. Good. We can turn off the train automatically now. And that will give us the 30, and then we can transfer those 30 over here so they can be brought down to the surface. Because that's probably... Actually, this is going very slowly. So transferring alloys. Transferring alloys would probably be a lot easier to do if we had storage space in here. All right, like these things are just... There's so much going on in here. And I think, yeah, we need that to... It's just very slow. Everything's so slow. At least we don't have any hazards. We're not, you know, swarming with bodies everywhere. At least there's that going on. Science team has arrived at the wreckage. All right, so this is the one we have to be careful on because it's a reactor. Our sensors have located a section of the Ete drifting in space. First reports indicate that this wreckage was once the ship's engine room and reactors. We have arrived at the site. Only 2 of the Ete's massive reactors remain. Initial reconnaissance revealed 3 pieces of interest. Okay, thrusters, engine room, and engine supervision area. And we have 3 places of interest. I don't see why we can't get all of them. Let's investigate the thrusters. If we're just investigating, hopefully that means we're not touching. No touching, all right? Talking about a reactor here, okay? Do we have any points of interest barely into the storm? Oh, look at all the silicon here, man. Oh, I want to get in there. I want to get in there. It's probably better to not at the moment. Let's get another point of interest. I know there's another one here. I just got to figure out where it is. Almost. Come on. There. Well, we're already on our way there. That's where the probe's going. Is that the only one left? No, we got another one. No, it's the same one. Okay. We got one in here. Could maybe send a probe here to see if we can see something. No idea if that probe will survive. Also, no idea if there's research that will allow us to have even more likeliness to survive storms, because maybe the storms here are worse. So we'll see. We have 128 polymers. I think it's time to... I think it's time to turn the solar panel storage back on. Or solar panel resource delivery back on. So that we can begin building it.
Has been lost due to space weather.
It was lost like right away, wasn't it? That was quick. I don't think I could get in here. We're gonna... I mean, that was like a test, right? Send a cheap probe in so that you don't send your ships in. And that was very fast. It was just... I mean, I know how fast these probes travel, and that thing probably blew up like right here. So I bet you there is research in the far end on these tiers that are going to allow us to be more survivable. I betcha. Anti-nihilist conditions. Reduces training time by 1 cycle. That's interesting, but I need to expand research. So we'll do cell housing next, and then we'll follow it up with the mushroom wall and then the fire station. Actually, we're fine with food. So let's follow it up with a fire station next. And dispatches trucks to put out fires, yeah. And then we'll come back over, get the mushroom wall after that. Almost got all the iron delivered. By iron, I mean alloys. Almost all the alloys delivered. I should probably get my science team to just move between these two to get the 60-something research here. 65 research. The Ete seems capable of achieving 2 different types of propulsion. The intro system mode of propulsion has many similarities to Dolos EKP. Cross-referencing mission data reveals a number of matches, to the encounter near Saturn during the Tiqqun's initial test phase. Their intersystem propulsion covers many of the basic operations of the Vol engine. Our team has noted the remains of numerous accreditation areas. Okay, why is that bold? Remains of accreditation areas. Maybe that's going to reveal something for us. Access to and knowledge of the propulsion modes seems to have been strictly regulated. The 2 reactors were damaged at the same time as the larger superstructure, and our analysis has revealed traces of gluon particles. Okay. 38 science. We can inspect the engine room, investigate the supervised area, or what I can do is I can just exit out of this really quick. Let us collect this science as we do, and then we can jump back in because I just want to have my research done, which now the disruptive study protocols have been unlocked. That's good. Let's really quick go in and take a look at that. Yeah, so cell housing. We'll then go get the fire station queued up after that. Okay? All right. Now we go and inspect the engine room. Take 3 cycles to do that. Now, we have done research. Pause really quick. We've done research on the science ship already, right? Yeah. Science generated during expeditions is increased by 20%. We can't do this one. Maybe we should get this one before we do many more expeditions. So we can say that we need post-lunicalism science ship upgrades first, this one. And then this one requires the EKP optimization. So we have to go here, here, and then here. Yeah, so why don't we research this first? Let's pause. We'll research this first. We'll queue this one up when that's done. Just because we're going to be going on a lot of stuff here, right? There's a lot of, there's a lot. There's this, and then we've got all of these two over here. And I feel like once we examine these, there's another planet here too. Once we examine these things, especially with this too, we're going to get some science for this too. Once we do that, wait, have we not collected the electronics yet? What are you doing, fleet? Okay, here, we're gonna do this. Actually, I think Whale is busy. Yeah, Whale's busy doing something else. Arch, congratulations, you now have electronics as a new priority. Please go get the damn things. Please go get the damn things. All right. Reactor wreckage. Let's go. The Ete's engines were not supported by a PA or even basic AI. Instead, crew members were constantly monitoring, adjusting, and repairing the engines and thrusters. Can you imagine? Their living conditions were extremely precarious. It would seem that many of them were either prisoners or rejects from the population. On board the Etemenanki. Etemenanki. I want to say it. I'm just going to say Etemenanki, and it's either going to be right or wrong. Traces of writing were found within some dormitory cells referring to genetic conatus? Genetic conatus. I've never heard that word before. Let me know what that means down in the description, down in the comments. I'm sure I can look it up later, but Yeah, I like reading your comments, and so I'll just learn it then. And the Eshtengites. There are records of several serious breakdowns before the final explosion. Crew members would work waist deep in coolant, some dying while performing their tasks within the toxic substance. Those who refused were executed by their supervisors. What in the world, UN? Jesus. That sounds terrible. We want to learn about the superstructure's final moments. We're going to go ahead and investigate the engine's supervision area instead. Which puts the science on pause. Dang it. Should have known. I really should have done this after doing these other things, because then I could have had 2 science teams doing it. But at least I have progress being made on this as we go, and you can see that we actually have people on their way over here now. So let's take a quick look. You guys are leaving from Sector 2, because that's where your ship is leaving from. So Sector 2 needs to have the colonists. So what we want now, pause, we're going to stop training. Good. We're not gonna hit train now. We want to go into here and have, I think it was, is it just 15? No, it's 30. Yeah, we want to have 30 colonists go from 3, to 2, just like this. So these colonists will transfer over here, and once that happens, then we can load them up and deliver them. Although it says we only have 15. No. We had 45, right? We had 45. We're sending 30 of them over here. I swear.
Transfer complete.
I swear I remember that being a thing. Yeah, there it is. So now they're all getting loaded into the shuttles already. 30 colonists moved, complete, good. Okay, so then they'll be on their way to Kruk P42 for now. Let's take our probe really quick and just see if I can find any more silicon that's in a location that I can actually get it from. And I gotta believe that we're about to get access to nuclear power here in a second as well. So let's go ahead and do that. We can get our silicon there, and then we can wait just a little bit longer and gather the science, just so that we can use it for our current research projects, which is the fire station. Yep. And so science ship, and we want to do this first. Lunicalism. This is what we need. Research this first. Yeah. I mean, this is like something we were just doing, but we have to do it all anyway. But I want to make sure that we are getting as much science as possible. That's why we're getting the funny numbers, right? When we do these different... yeah, there we go. Everyone rush for the silicon. You betcha. This is why we're getting the funny numbers from these wreckages and stuff. Now, if I wait to click this... If I wait to click this until the science ship research here is done, that's probably better, right? The problem is I don't think I have enough science to actually get that right away. So we can do this now. We will queue that up, and then we will place fire station in the queue. But I'm going to have to do more science anyway, because I wouldn't have had enough science to do it. So reactor wreckage, go. Okay.
A new request awaits your attention.
The engine supervision area was mainly occupied by those of rank. Some had time to enter cryopods before the apparent depressurization of the area. Analysis of remaining computer infrastructure indicates that their directives were merciless towards the engine room workers. They treated them as expendable outcasts. So basically, we reinstated slavery. Perfect. There are traces throughout the entire supervisory district of hacking attempts. All ship computers dedicated to the engines and reactors were compromised, preventing the Etemenanki from maneuvering and causing power failures throughout the superstructure. The Newton's team has managed to extract remnants of the computer's protocols that were used to do this. These fragments of code point to an author, the BMS, of course. Relevant data has been sent to the Tiqqun's tech lab for more detailed analysis. We're getting 168 more cryopods, 60 research, and new event, Pirate. Leave the propulsion. Pirate event. Great. Can't wait till we uncover pirates of our own. And then we have to deal with them. Won't that be swell? Oh, don't you just love it? Don't you want to deal with pirates in this game? I'd love to deal with pirates in this game. Wouldn't you? No? Not your cup of tea? I understand. I do. I really do. We need to get six electronics into this sector, which requires me to have electronic storage. So let's go electronic storage.
Science ship team has
And then we go with 1, please. Now that's going to load it here until it's 1. And then, of course, it just gets offloaded here. And then 1 more, and then it gets offloaded. And I'm just going to keep doing that so that I don't send too many electronics to this sector. Okay? It looks to me like I can't quite get all 6. There's 6 in here, and I say 0. So they should be sending them. Yeah, they are. They're sending them over here. Yep, and then they just immediately get offloaded into this. So we will now open this up, which is going to allow us to open more cryopods, thankfully, because we need it. However, part of me actually thinks that I should just get rid of these and then move all the cryopod storage. Are we building it yet? Oh, 1 more polymer. Look at that. 1 more, and then we can start building that solar panel. I think we could just move all my cryopod openings to the other sector, but I don't know. We have the infrastructure in place for it. It's not that hard to just move people. It happens pretty quickly, so maybe it's not worth it. Okay, so we gathered all the science here. I think we moved to the collapsed food product district. Let's go. And then we have Kruk P42. I want to get this. We already have it. Good. So science ship upgrade is complete, and we now have a maximum science. Very good. All right. Now I think what I want to do is get the emergency cryopods queued. No, don't do this. Let's keep opening things. We want to expand this to get the final sector. We need that final section of research to be open to us. What's this? Tech lab. Pirate. We now have data to analyze Piranesi. I think it was Piranesi is how the PA said it. Analyze Piranesi hacking protocols. The associated research project can be launched in the tech lab. This should allow us to set up computer protection systems to reduce the impact of any digital attacks. So when we do travel to the Piranesi, they were going to try to hack us. But we now have the hacking threat analysis unlocked. So we can now research that. I betcha that is going to be... Yeah, it's right there. Yep, right there. So we can get this too as soon as the rest of this is open, though. I really want to get all this stuff open first. So we'll do that. And then we still do not have this sector open. They are taking their sweet time bringing electronics to it, but it's okay.
The science ship has arrived at its destination.
We just have a lot of science today, don't we? Yeah. Kruk P. Temporary test colony has been established. Colonists will periodically transmit reports on their progress. These will provide us with valuable field data. Excellent. Let's leave the planet. We want the Oxford. Send you all the way over to Kruk P38 because we have already got that done, and we're already doing this now too. So a little bit more science to collect, and then let's see what happened to the collapsed food product district. So our sensors have located a section of the Entimenanki drifting in the vacuum of space. Our initial readings are registering a lot of organic debris. We're on site, and this part of the Entimenanki was responsible for the ship's food production. Production was divided into 2 zones: vegetal and animal. We've also identified a self-contained area generating a heat signature. The area is small, but it is not impossible that some survivors may be sheltering there. I doubt it. We invasively breached the self-contained area. Okay, so hold on. Heat signature, self-contained area. Heat signature. Make a cautious approach towards the self-contained area. I think this is better. Avoid risking the lives of possible survivors. Let's do this very slowly, shall we? I don't want to risk my crew either. Anything else left to get? More ice. We're not full on ice storage yet. Not anymore. We have more silicon, however, we could potentially get right there. I think, well, that's very close silicon, so we'll definitely want to get that too.
A probe has completed its scan.
Yep. Okay. Have we opened the section? Yes, we have. Let's go ahead and get ourselves sorted out here too. So kind of the same thing we've done in the past. I kind of like the approach of just having the workshop be right here in the corner. It's out of the way. It just builds it right away. It seems to work okay. There's always debris in various different spots, though, so we're going to have to eventually rebuild this anyway. But I'm thinking, let's see, this is 4 there, so we can go 4 there. And then we got to go for, I think, let's see, 1. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. That can be where this is. I want to avoid having to move these things. So once we have this established, we then start pulling the resources in really quickly. There we go. And once that's out of the way, we can then put our second free one in right there. Okay, very good. This is food. And then finally, we have the mess hall, which I was going to put... well, I'm not going to put it anywhere right now, actually. I'm going to let this go for a second. Get this out of the way. And then what I want to do is I want to move this. So what I'm hoping to do... I wish they hadn't put food in here, but I understand why they did it. What I'm hoping to do is to put a level 2 storage right here, but that's not going to happen now. So we'll do that, and then we need to do that, and then we can start getting these resources collected into. There we go. And then I want to get, let's see, probably... we still don't have the mess hall, so we can just put this right here. Mess hall will go there. It's fine. We can put the other storage right here, I suppose. It's not that far out of the way. So we'll have the maintenance storage stockpile will be here. We're gonna have to move this road. That requires me to get rid of. Let's put you this way, and then we'll take you this way, and then also this way. Okay, good. And then I guess we'll have to go like this too, because I want to get rid of this road. Okie dokie. So now the task is to make sure we have storage on this side. So we'll do that. We're then going to move this over to here so that this will end up being alloy storage. And then finally, this will end up being a bigger one too. And then maybe I even take both of these away and just move them somewhere else. I could probably do that. It's probably a good idea. Let's get like 2 storages right here. We can build these. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. This one, these 2. We'll build storages here, and then we'll move this stuff over here because I want to have these 2 areas kind of cleared out. So we'll do alloys first, followed up with food here. And then once we've got those built, we can then tear these down. So this one will be first. Tear it down. Brings everything in there. And now I can tear this one down and put all the food in there. Okay, that's good. Science teams, what you got for me? Oh, we got crew members killed. Damn it. Upon entering the area, the crew of the Newton were confronted by a UN soldier exhibiting extreme signs of dementia. Yelling the words, "Die, Dolos scum," they opened fire on our team. The confrontation ended with the depressurization of the area due to projectile fire and the death of both the soldier and 2 of the Newton team. Investigating what they could afterwards, the team has conducted that this was a place of indoctrination for the surrounding production's work zones. Remains of a statue dedicated to the glory of the Entimenanki commanders were found, as well as other art pieces aimed at condemning the enemies of humanity, Dolos, and the Ashtongites. Well, that sucks. How about we investigate someplace a little safer? Lost 2 of my people. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody liked that kind of stuff. Correct P. Our probe has detected a signal originating from a chain of mountains that border an acidic ocean on P38. This is the Oxford crew currently in orbit of P38. The planet possesses a highly corrosive atmosphere. There will be little room for improvisation once we touch down. We must establish a search protocol now. We do know that the signal is transmitting from beneath a mountain. Alternatively, we could focus on analyzing material samples in order to improve our understanding of planets such as P38. Well, if we ignore the signal, I mean, who knows what the signal's going to be? Maybe the signal is there to trick us. We can perform a topographical analysis to find a route through the signal's origin. I like this. Let's do this first. Because it seems like that's a way of saying, let's study this more and think about it before we go down. I like that. I want to be more cautious. Sector 5 has no place to live and no food, supposedly. I think you're wrong on the no food situation. Population, we have now cell housing. Houses up to 125 crew members with minimal quality accommodation. Wow, it's on the edge. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. 125 people can live here. That's awesome. All right, I think optimize quarter for now. We put this in the middle, like over here. Same thing as everything else we did. So let's bring this all the way. Well, we're gonna have to go like this and then around all the way through like this. Then we'll go up like that, up like that, up like that, and then up like that. Down this way. Yep, I just want to get rid of all the things, right? So we'll just kind of take it all the way down like that. That's kind of the long way, isn't it? We don't need that much road. We'll do that, and then this one will go straight this way. You probably should curve and go down like that. That's fine, whatever. It goes diagonal, fine. And then we can also get straight through there. You can come down like so, and then over like that. And then this road, we're gonna say you come down like this, and then straight over like so. Like that, and like that, and like that. And then finally this one goes like that. So all the roads that will empty all this stuff out are now at least positioned. Good. We're gonna get another big stockpile right there, and then another one right here. So we're gonna get 3 big stockpiles in this area, which means we need to have electronics sent here. So please have a minimum of 1 electronics. And in order to do that, I need the small storages anyway. So we will go like this, have a small storage placed here. Most likely this road will end up being placed there anyway, but for now it's just gonna, you know, to access things. Yeah, we need to get the roads cleared out there. Once this is done, we'll have electronic storage here, and then that will bring the electronics necessary for us to build these 3 big storages. For now, I'm just looking at getting all these resources out of the way, and then I can get the and get places to live for people. Yeah, what we want.
The science ship team has completed a task.
Okay, science ship team, tell me you didn't die again. Tell me you didn't die again. Right here. Okay, there's a lot of stuff here. Drilling through several layers of debris, the Newton's team finally reached the vegetable. As many syllables as I could possibly do there. Production area. They were greeted by the floating corpses of UN soldiers and crew. A few district workers seem to have reached emergency cryopods before depressurization. Hydroponic technology was used aboard the Etemenanki to grow fruits and vegetables in large vertical aisles. Recovered yield reports detail how hierarchical rationing reserved the rarest of foods for higher-ranking crew members. Although the remaining food production facilities are unusable, a few intact storage containers were found by the team. Retrieved resources have been prepared for extraction. So, a lot more cryopods. That's crazy. A lot more food. Not sure where to store it. We'll see. Personalized instructions upgrade is now for the crop farm, which is interesting. We can now examine the animal pens as well. And these guys have just 0.2 cycles left. So we'll go ahead and do this too. Oxford crew says the signal is transmitting from an abandoned subterranean complex. By breaching it, we have unfortunately allowed the corrosive atmosphere of P-38 inside. We'd estimate that the complex was built within the last 20 years. We do not recognize the iconography on its exterior. So it's got symbols and stuff on it that we can't understand. The technology inside does seem human-made, and there are signs that it was once inhabited. There's still a little time before P-38's corrosive atmosphere eats through the Oxford's hull and landing gear. We do not think we will be able to explore the entire site, but we have identified several places of interest. Okay, there is always an option to just leave. We can investigate the tank room, the command center, or the field operations area. So if we investigate the tank room, it says that there's a large room with a complex containing numerous empty tanks. They will collect residue samples and carry out technical analysis to ascertain what the tanks were used for. That's not important to me. Investigate the command center. Seems to have served as a computer and logistics center. By inspecting the various terminals, the team may be able to learn more about the facility's former occupants. I like this. Investigate the field operations area. Large hangar. Appears to have been used for ship storage and maintenance. Examination of the area could tell us more about the purpose of the complex. Gosh, both of these I like both of these things. Why put something here? And who was it that was here? I only have time for one, so let's go. Let's figure out what the purpose of the complex was. Since this is a place where ship storage is, maybe we'll find some cool things in there too. So we'll look at doing that as well. It looks like that's probably the only thing we have. Of course, leaving was also an option, and so we don't want the corrosive environment to, mess up our hull, but, I can't just sit around and let good, valuable resources potentially go get away from me. Why would I do that? Look at all this potential hydrogen we can get here, and ice. We're going to need more ice, too, because we are going through it. Okay, so this is the end of this video. This has been long. There's been a lot of stuff happening here. We've got room for electronics and all sorts of things. We are going to start getting now Sector 5 going. Exciting times. We still have room in Sector 4 to do things. We're pretty stable. We've got lots of electronics. We've got good power overage ready to go here, so we can turn on other facilities if we'd like to. And, as long as I can empty this out and get this, moving. So I need to, somehow get more storage for alloys. I'm thinking maybe what we could do is we could get this alloy storage in Sector 5. Once this is up and running and bigger, I can start sending the alloys from from Sector 2. I can start sending them over here, and then hopefully that will empty them out enough so that we can get that structure broke down. And then I want to start messing around with waste production here to get alloys from waste over here if I can. And then I should have enough room here, I think, with the waste center to get another storage for alloys right next to it. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. For now, we still have homeless and stuff in Sector 5, and yet they are still happy. At least for now, they're still happy. So we'll work on getting them housing and stuff between videos as well, okay? Thanks for watching, everybody. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.